Hello and welcome to Active Ideas.
All is!
And we are doing the first podcast of our episode 1 with a really cool guest called Sara. She is doing...
The North 500. The North Coast 500.
What is that?
I'm going to guess something to do with the North Coast and I'm going to go 500 miles?
516 to be specific.
Oh my gosh.
And she's running it.
And north of that is Scotland.
Yeah.
So we're talking midges, we're talking mountains.
Contending with it all.
The weather.
The kilts.
She sounds like my kind of girl.
And when we interviewed her like an hour ago, we learned that she really is. Like, Soulmates, had a cool interview and learned lots as well about tattoos and heart rate monitors. We learned about nutrition, how to film whilst you're like extremely exhausted.
Yeah, no, she was, do you know what we really loved about her? She really blends that real world and something that you can't even fathom ever being able to do. So I think that's the magic. And this really is your girl next door, if you lived in Edinburgh, in her 1-bed studio flat with her 2 cats, that is killing it and paving the way for neurodivergent females. Yeah, it's mega. Honestly, she was cool.
She was really cool.
I liked her a lot. I'm going to follow her on Strava later. Okay, Kingsley, let's fire this laptop up and let's jump right into the interview.
Thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
And welcome to the All Is podcast. How has your day been?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's sunny up here today, so that's nice. Yeah, I had a run this morning, a strength session, a sauna.
Nice.
I've suddenly got saunas in my plan. I hate the sauna.
Whoa.
So I had to go and sit in the sauna.
We love the sauna. It's good for you. You'll live longer. You'll live forever.
Do you do that thing where you get in the sauna and there's someone else in there who's like in their 80s and I'm always like, I just need to last longer than they do. I'm just like, I set myself a challenge to just try and beat the granddad.
So there was like 5 old men in there and I was like, hello.
Yeah. I relate to that one for sure. Whereas you're like, right, bring it on, granddad. I'm like, please don't touch me.
Yeah, and then I've just been doing like uni work and stuff. So yeah, it's been good.
Am I right in thinking that you ran 70 kilometres this morning when you say you went
so I
for a
ran that
full
yesterday and I only ran 2 hours this morning. But I ran 70 feet.
Only 2?
Yes, I ran 70 kilometres yesterday, which I think is a Monday. And then, today I only ran 2 hours and then I did some uni work, but I've taken up saunaing. And the sauna is the shocking part. I mean...
Sauna is the thing I'm like, this is too much, guys. This is too hard.
The 70k wasn't enough?
The sauna is the 70k is fine.
That's crazy. So that's a pretty intense training plan then, because Monday to me is like an ease in gently, like maybe a bit, I yoga, it's my rest day normally Monday. For your Monday to be your 70 kilometre zone 2 long run, I think it said on Instagram, I was like, what?
So because I work a Saturday, so like my weeks are all funny. Like everyone's long run is usually like a Saturday or Sunday. Mine's is a Monday.
Oh, okay. So do you do shift work?
I only now like actively teach spin classes.
I absolutely love spin.
I used to be I just have like banging playlists. It's great. I used to be a fitness instructor like full time, but that was just not. I gave that up in December to focus on North Coast. And then I do like online coaching as well. So I'm also doing my postgrad and I'm on placement 2 days a week. So we're juggling.
I don't even know where to like start with picking that apart. So we do spin class for work, but then after work we go for a 70k run, go for another 2-hour run, but then we're also studying postgrad uni. Like, are you super? Do you wear a cape in your day to day, or?
I have ADHD. I think that helps.
Yeah. Do you know what? I genuinely remember my friend having a daughter who was diagnosed with ADHD, and she was beside herself. She was distraught. She was like, I don't know what to tell her. I don't know how to manage this. And I was like, honey, she's got a superpower. It's like +10 energy, +10 speed. She can spin 100 plates at once. You just need to guide her. And I feel like I definitely have symptoms of it undiagnosed, but he'll vouch for it for sure.
Yep, I think there's a reason why we're mates, to be honest.
I think, like, if you can channel it, I genuinely think it's a superpower.
Yeah, I think because I've got like autism and ADHD, there's like they just kind of fight against each other the majority of the time. But I think there's some times where I'm like, yeah, it's fine. We just like to juggle a lot of stuff at once, and then I crash and burn. But that's fine.
Yeah. How does the autism kind of like tie in with the ADHD side of things? Because I don't really. Autism's not one I really on. ADHD, I'm like, I got ya. I'm on board. All aboard the ADHD bus. But autism's like the train's left the station. I got no idea.
It's weird because the other day I was on a call with somebody and I was like, oh, this is what like just ADHD must be like, because I was just like my brain can't. I was like, this is fast for me. Whereas I was like, oh, because I've got like autism as well, sometimes they kind of balance each other out, but also it's like autism, I just crave routine and structure and like everything being the same and that, and then ADHD is like, oh, but we just want to be flexible and we want to do this and we want to do that, and I'm like, oh my god, can we just...
This sounds like you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm
This is you.
completely relating. Like, also undiagnosed, ADHD, I would say.
Yeah.
But I definitely suffer, like you said, the burnout. 100% suffer from the burnout. So I went to Wales over the weekend. Yeah, whilst trying to obviously set up this podcast and things, which is like a lot of pressure as well. And the ADHD was just kind of like spontaneous, being like, I'm heading off to Wales to climb up the mountain and kind of doing those things and really enjoying it. But then the autistic part, I guess, would be that got back and was absolutely burnt out. And to be honest, was already started that burnout whilst I was there, and kind of going to the pub after we'd all gone out on a little adventure and just struggling to kind of like, listen to the conversation and get involved, because I was just so absolutely knackered from like the drive and the day out in the mountains. I was going to say, before we like continue out like just talking and stuff, just like for episode 1 and like introducing you to the listeners and that, is it right to just kind of like say your name, who you are, what you kind of stand for? You're doing this North Coast 500, so like what's inspired you to do this absolutely insane challenge, basically?
Yeah, so my name is Sara Eydmann and I am trying to run the North Coast 500 starting the 4th of June. I am kind of doing this to try and challenge social norms on what we kind of should and shouldn't do, especially within gender, and to help inspire and raise awareness of female presentations of autism.
Are you raising money for charity as well to do this challenge?
No, I've actively decided not to, but one, because I think I would get so stressed. Because for me, like, again, this is where autism comes in, like, the run is my safe thing, like, this is fine, but everything around it is just terrifying. So I was like, I don't want to add that in, because I think I'll get so stressed about that. And also, like, well, one, because of the climate we're in, I feel like if I'm asking for sponsorship to do my run to help me, it's much more optional, whereas sometimes I feel when somebody's like, I'm doing this for charity, you're like, I don't have any money, but I really better donate because it's for charity. So just to kind of keep that in mind.
I begrudge, I mean, our podcast is going to burn in flames in this first episode, but I begrudge the charity sponsorship route in a lot of, like, I understand things need funding, but there's definitely an element of it where you look at their fancy offices or the wages that like top dogs pay, and you think of that sponsorship money that, like you say, Betty down the road has donated because she cares about them all and wants to see them do well, when actually I think a lot of the charitable work comes from awareness and breaking down taboos and having conversations and actually just creating a space for people. You can do so much more than give money, and I think what you're doing and taking that pressure off yourself and acknowledging how you feel as a person, but also then taking that pressure off everyone else supporting you is massive. Like you said, you're breaking the norm, you're breaking stereotypes, and one stereotype is charity work, but the way that we perceive what is charitable and what is charity work. So I love that. I'm on board.
So yeah, I mean, I'm all for charities, but yeah, it's just for me, it's just that kind of aspect, and just I kind of wanted to reach audiences that charities might not necessarily reach, because if I just like homed in on like I want to just do this charity, then I'm kind of like I can't reach everybody else that's not already involved in that charity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like taking a sponsorship deal with one brand, and then it's like you're soulless to that, and you can't add other bits in or represent other groups. So again, you've covered that whole making sure that it's minority groups are covered, but not your standard minority stuff. That's mega. I love this. There we go. The future of how to raise awareness.
Oh, we'll see.
You'll smash it. But the run itself, I mean, how do you even like? We were reading about what was it you said about mentality, where you like crossed out the.
So it was crossed out was I have to. Underneath it was I get to. So just like a change in mentality.
And is that kind of is it like I get to go out and run 70k on a Monday, and that's why I love this, rather than like I have to run 70k on a Monday?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some days where it does feel like I have to, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm not completely like broken. I'm like, don't, I've got to do this. But at the same time, I think especially for the North Coast and everything like this is a choice that I'm getting to make. Like, I'm making this choice to go and do this, and I think that like when things get really tough, that'll just be like one of the things that like, this is my choice. I am like privileged enough to get to do this, and my body allows me to do this, and I can do this. Whereas there's been like times where like I've not been able to exercise or train or things, and it's like, well, I can't do it. So it's keeping that in mind of like, I get to do this, and that's actually pretty cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, not many people actually get, or they don't choose to, but it's also a choice. Like, I get to, and I choose to do this. So yeah.
And you can, and I think that's a massive one of like, I can. How many people at the moment are bogged down with the, oh, I have to do this, or oh, we don't romanticize and glorify enough like what we are actually capable of, A, as a human being, but B, as an able-bodied one, and then C, as a healthy able-bodied one. Like there's so many layers to that, and I really suffered with severe eczema for like probably about 2 years, wasn't it? And he lost his training buddy because I was floored, like bedbound, couldn't wear clothes, couldn't go to work. Like it was genuinely horrific. But I think I used to go at 1,000,000 miles an hour in life. And when it all got taken away, I was so much more grateful for it, and my skin was better. Like I count every day as a blessing. I'm more inclined to take rest. Like it kind of revolutionized things, and sometimes you have to hit rock bottom, or like these things happen for a reason and you don't know why. And out of it comes this like, oh, fantastic thing. So obviously listeners won't know, but there's a cat on the screen. You need to know who is, because I see it on your Instagram as well. The cat is a big part of...
Yeah, it's Astra has made an appearance. Sorry.
Oh, what a sweetie. Is it just the two of you living... Whereabouts are you living in Scotland?
I stay in Edinburgh, so I've got 2 cats and it's just me at the moment, so yeah.
Gorgeous kitty. Oh, it's just a little pair of ginger ears. Again, I forget, like, people aren't going to be able to see this, so we're like, a little pair of ginger ears, just chilling. Yeah. Oh, bless you. I'm surprised you're not a dog, because I was saying to you the other day, like Canicross has become a massive, I suppose it's been around for ages, but I'm seeing a lot more people doing like the Canicross stuff. So I'm surprised you haven't they can't really join you on the trails, can they?
I would love a dog so much. I just don't have, I kind of feel like I would like a house before I bought a dog, because I'd like to have a garden.
Yeah.
And I live in a flat, and I literally gave up work, like some of my work in December. I was just never in the house. So I would love a dog so much, because I was saying that yesterday to my dad. I was like, this is why I need a dog to come run with me.
Yeah, promoting that sensible, responsible pet ownership as well. Is there anything you can't promote? We've got like good pet ownership. Like we shouldn't have a dog without a garden.
But just ignore the fact that I'm going to go run 500 miles. I am really sensible.
Yeah, of course, super sensible. I said to Kings, I was like, it's the Scots. They're crazy. She's wild, born and bred from those Highlands. Like that, they will gallivant.
So I see obviously the North Coast 500 all the time in reels, and it just looks absolutely majestic. And I'm kind of like building and trying to psych myself up to drive it. And obviously like that's why I was just like so shocked, like reading like the challenge that you've got. So if you're doing this, like no charity, and you mentioned in Instagram having a little bit of trouble with like sponsors and things. How are you going to pull this together logistically, and like what's your plan for that? Have you got, I mean, you mentioned your dad earlier. Have you got your dad kind of driving around in a van and just going to be passing out in that? How are you going to do this thing in less than a week? What's the plan?
So we're going to have, I've got a team of 4. We're going to have my dad in the camper van, and then we're going to have one of my other friends from uni who's kindly come on board. He is going to be driving, he's got a motorhome. So we're going to have like 2 kind of vehicles that we can kind of sleep or access. I did want to be quite eco-friendly as well with this, so I was kind of like, and then my coach and my nutritionist is there with me as well. They are going to be running and cycling with me. So just trying to make it, I wanted to keep it as small as possible because I'll get overwhelmed otherwise. And my coach has been amazing. Like he's done loads of crewing and races himself. So he's been able to like pace it all and kind of put that all in and stuff. So logistically, he's been great as well with the planning and things.
What does it take to like lead up to that as well? So have you done any kind of crazy challenges already that have kind of given you that confidence to say, yeah, I can do this? So have you done any 100Ks or 100 miles, or are you just jumping from, what are you jumping from?
No, to be fair, I've done 100K. I've done 100... Last year I done a race called Run the Borders, and it was 100k. It was 110k actually. It was really good. So I actually came up with this idea in March of 2024 when I had a stress fracture in my knee and I couldn't run. And I thought, hey, what am I going to do? Let's just think of something really big. Yeah, just be me. And I only ran my first marathon in October 2023. Like I had run loads before, but so no, I've just kind of gone with it. I just have this mentality of sometimes I will set my mind to something and there's not really a reason for it, and then I just go all in.
Yeah.
It's a pattern.
It's a good attitude.
It's something problematic, I think, but it's what I do.
And the stress fracture now, is that how, obviously, you've got it, it's in your knee, and then you've come up with this idea and you're building towards this concept. Like, what was the recovery? Are you concerned about it flaring up? Has it bothered you in training? Like, how do you manage injury through a training plan like this? I mean, actually, pause that question. What's a training week? What does a training week look like for something like this? Like, where are you at currently in your training?
The training probably isn't as crazy as what everyone thinks it'll be. My coach has constantly been like, no, we need to pull you in more. Like, you're doing too much still. Every week he's like, because I'm like, I'm not doing enough, and he's like, you're fine. Like, chill, you're fine. So I'm only doing like 100-mile weeks roughly, but like every third week we have a decreased week. So he's really good at pulling me, because I would just keep going. He's really good at pulling me back in and be like, chill out.
For sure. And so injury prevention then within that, how are you managing the stress fracture? Have you had any other niggles? Is there anything you're concerned about going into this?
So no, my knees, that seemed to be, touch wood, fully fine. I'm in touch with that seems okay, fine, because I did, like, that was in March last year, and then I was running again. Like, I did recover not too long after, just obviously strength training and stuff. And I think for me, like, I'm so, this sounds really bad, but I'm so used to injuries because of what my job was, that I've got really resilient to it all, that I'm just like, okay, well, this happens, we just keep moving. Like, because I fell off my bike in December and I broke my hand. Yeah, I fell.
Did you have cleats on?
No.
Is that what it was?
No, there was just no, there was leaves. I slipped in some leaves. Yeah, literally some leaves, and I just tippled over.
And you didn't have cleats on?
No, I have no excuse. I have no excuse for this.
I thought it was another one of these cleat horror stories, because honestly, I've only heard bad things, and I am petrified. I can only use cleats on a Zwift. I refuse. On a bike with cleats on, I'm like, hands and feet, nothing. They do not link at all. It's horrific. Nothing at all.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I remember getting to traffic lights in cleats, and I just forgot that you actually had to unclip. So I slowed down in my bike and just didn't think that I actually have to take my feet out. And straight over.
Horrendous. But you had broken hand, but hand not too much of a problem for running.
No, but it's still, so the issue is, so I'm literally going to run the North Coast 500 with a broken hand. Because it's still broken. So it's not healing. So I need to get a screw in it.
Cool.
They've said I need to get a screw in it, or it's just going to heal wrong. So whatever. Yeah. But I was like, I don't have time for a screw right now. I don't have time for that much time off running, or like.
I think that's my favourite line. Yeah. I don't have time for a screw, so I'm going to run with a broken hand. Don't worry about it. And the listeners will take what they want from it. We've just separated our listeners down the middle. You've got those and those. Do you know what this reminds us of? A question we were debating kilts earlier. Like, we've got to address this now because we need to know. Do men and women wear kilts, or is it just the blokes?
I suppose we could wear. Yeah, well, people at private schools wear kilts, but yeah, I've never worn a kilt, I don't think.
You've never worn a kilt? Because it was like, men don't wear pants under their kilts. And I was like reading this, and it was like taboo. It was like
it's bad luck, I think.
It was just like, yeah, so this was what we were trying, and we were like, we're gonna have to ask from the roots, like, you know,
what's happening up
what's
there?
going on with quilt? Do you even wear a kilt? This is what we needed to know. This is why we got you on the podcast.
I can come with it's funny because I don't even think of these things as like weird or like crazy, or I'm just like, oh, there's people in their kilts, like that's what it is.
Yep. Yeah. It's just another day. Yeah, he's at the bus stop in his kilt.
You see that, and it's just like, yeah. So yeah, no, I haven't worn a kilt myself. I don't think. Don't quote me on that. I don't think.
Okay. And then it leads us to our next. This is my favourite. I do it with Kings all the time. I'm like, smash or pass. You see a kilt, be it on a man, a woman, whoever it is. Like, are you pro kilt? Are we not pro kilt?
No,
like
kilt.
What? You're pro kilt. Yeah.
For most tartans, like tartan trousers, love tartan trousers.
I love a bit of tartan. I hope it goes full circle. We're doing up a camper van at the moment, and we're looking at the materials for the benches. And the tartan print is that's favour to win at the moment.
Have
so
you convinced Rob to get tartan yet?
He's so practical. He's like, I want easy white, like the furniture, just like a dark colour. Whereas I'm like, tartan, like, it'll be so nice, it'll be so homey.
See, it's weird, I like it on clothes, but I don't really like tartan in the house, I don't think. That just feels too Scottish. I'm like, that's just too Scottish.
Yeah, pushing it now.
Yeah, exactly. If you sit with your tartan trousers on and you've got a tartan cushion underneath and they're the same shade, where'd your legs go?
Camouflage.
Come on.
So you're talking about your healing hand. How do you approach nutrition? And you said that you've got your nutrition list coming as part of your team of 4. What's the plan there to stay carved up and get the carbs, fats and proteins in? Is there like a in-depth strategy, or is it just kind of get whatever you can in?
I think it'll be making sure I feel as well as I can, like, all the time now, because it's something I've really and I still struggle with, just feeling in general. And I think on the North Coast, it'll be just trying to do as best I can, because Endurance has actually sponsored my fueling, so they're providing all the nutrition stuff, and then I've made a massive list of foods that I would never normally eat, or etc., that we're going to take up. And my nutritionist was like, if you need spoon-fed Nutella, I'll be there with the spoon. Like, we're just going to have a total field day, I think. So My hope is that my stomach holds up and I can keep the food in, because that's obviously just such a concern, is like digestive issues. But
what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten while out training, competing? Like I'm in the absolute pit of despair, and you have come across like X, Y, or Z, or had a weird like Kings takes
Don't call me out on the podcast.
He takes little cheese cubes, like cathedral, like kid lunchbox bites, and he's like a little mouse just running behind me, and I hear this like rustling, and it's just him and his jerky and his cheese bites, and I'm like, what are they cheese cubes? He's like, yeah, do you want one? I'm like, that's probably quite warm now, Kings. We've been going for a while. Like, I'm okay, thanks. So what's your like Kings uses cheese? Like, what's your strange?
I'm not really gonna eat normal food when I'm out and about, so I'm like actually feeling my running's quite new to me. I'm learning with my nutritionist that you're meant to feel every run. Didn't realise that. And actually, do you know what, guys? You run better when you feel it. Is that not wild?
Yeah.
I have so much energy. Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
I can keep running. This is fab. I did logically know, but you know, when somebody tells you and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, thanks. Okay, right, got it.
I think that's a massive one as well, because like I don't come from like a long distance running background, and to me growing up, running was always like you run and then you eat afterwards because you're hungry, but the whole point is that you're burning especially as like a young teenager, like you're burning calories, and you do it because you're in a calorie deficit, and it's, you know, you've got this whole my running comes from a very unhealthy relationship with food when I was much younger, and I think getting to that stage now where it's like eating on a run, I remember again when I was still kind of in the middle phase, I was like, well, eating felt like cheating, like why am I eating on a run, like I can't be doing that. And now, oh my gosh, it's literally a picnic. I'm like, what we got in the bag? Can't wait. Can we go further so we can have more snacks? Should we stop at the pub? I'm like, this is fantastic. All my cycle routes have a coffee stop. Like, and you go for further, you feel better, and you catch yourself before that big old dip. And it is a game changer, to be honest. You can go further. Who knew?
Yeah, I think it was very much that. To me, a lot of the time, it still feels wrong to be eating on a run, and I'm like, this is not what I've been taught. Like, this is not what we were told to do, is to eat on a run. So yeah, one of the big things of that is just kind of working on my nutrition, but again, yeah, challenging those norms of like what is so given to us in that way. Yeah, I don't know what my weird things would be. I'm quite looking forward to finding out my weird thing.
Yeah, the arc of attrition. What was your weirdest? Like, I've
come a long way. I did start off with chocolate milkshake and prawns. I can't tell you why. I just went through a phase of like just needing prawns in my diet, and the first ultra I took them to a 24-hour kind of loop course. Abby come up to High Lodge with her friend Beth, and I'd left prawns in my tent all night and went to get a second pack, and yeah, it was horrific. So I've never done that since, but I've progressed on to, if I'm doing something really long like cheese and beef jerky, for some reason it just helps, but I still kind of stick to gels. You get the Moam pinballs, which I've been quite famous for, because I've been feeding them to Abby and she's been enjoying those.
I love pinballs. I'm like, Kings, come on, can we please? And it's like, because they're round, they're little balls as well, so like if you hold your hand out and you don't cup it quick enough, they drop, and when you're out in the deepest, darkest depths of like 20 plus miles and you drop a pinball, it's so upsetting. You're devastated. I've been known to do some unforgivable things with pinballs on the floor. I'm like, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, just wipe it on the pocket.
Do you listen to the Tea and Trails podcast?
Yes, I do, yeah.
With Gary and Eddie, because they started talking about Active Root, and I've been enjoying their gels as well. So it's like quite harsh ginger and lemon flavours, but I can find that when I need like a real good palate cleanse, the Active Root gels have been really, really good.
Ginger's mega. Have you tried ginger when you're out? If you get upset stomach, have you tried ginger?
Yeah, I don't actually like ginger. I used to try it. I was determined to like Active Root, and I still can't. I still try. It races usually or something. I'm like, I will like this, and I'm like,
every time, like drinking soap or something.
Yeah,
I don't like the taste either. But I think it's the benefit of ginger bits. There you go. That's what you need. Just a couple of gingerbread men in your back pocket. Yeah. Old school. Yeah, it'll be fine.
I say the absolute gadget and nerd geek inside of me needs to know what are the favourite pieces of kit that you're taking on this challenge that you're doing.
Yeah, I think my watch is probably the main thing, because that has my maps on it, and I'm lost otherwise.
Yeah.
So that'll be my watch with the heart rate because I wear a heart rate strap on my arm because tattoos really interfere with the ones on your wrist. Not a lot of people know that. So if you're contemplating getting tattoos on your wrists, your heart rate get tracked anymore.
What watch is it that you use?
I've got a Coros Pace 3.
Yeah, that is my other half's toying with.
Coros.
Yeah, he's like, that's what he wants to go for. I'm like, Sunto. Because again, a lot of, I would say, the big runners at the moment, it's the one they're talking about, like Lucy Davies Fit, Holly Archer.
Yeah.
They're all on that hype.
Yeah, well, I did contact Coros, but they didn't take me up on their offer. So
Let's talk about sponsors, because I have the pain of trying to contact brands because I'm trying to do this YouTube channel, and it's like you can't afford as like an independent person putting out content to just buy all of this expensive gear to make videos, and just making a video alone I could spend a whole day making a reel or like a long form video, and companies think, oh yeah, thanks for that mate, can you give us another one? But they don't understand maybe the time investment of you deciding to take the running shoes out, film yourself when you could be actually focusing on your training run, editing after. What can companies and sponsors do better to support people who don't have 10,000 followers and want to get started? How do we fix this problem? Because it's tough.
it is tough, and I think I have kind of on the back of some of my rant reel that I posted being like, I just had enough. I just got one email too many being like, you've not got 10,000 followers, and I was like, I've had enough. Like, this is not okay. So I think it's even when brands come back being like, oh, this is so cool, like this is really aligned with us, but you don't have. And it's, I suppose for me, it'd be like the brands having to take on, or companies, even just for providing the kit and the stuff for those that don't have the followers, if they align with the values, in the hope that it'll return. But I also understand that like now it's a market. The ones that have over 10,000 followers or whatever are essentially marketing the product. So I do completely understand it. It's just frustrating when you're coming from like a sports perspective of, well, I thought this is a really cool challenge, and I'm not taking away anything from the content creators that do amazing content. They're just running, not just, but they're going out and doing a 5k and get sponsorship for it, or like brand deals, or they actually get paid to do it. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to do this massive thing for what I think is such a good reason, and it just doesn't have the same traction because I don't have the social media presence. And
which is mad, because you'd think that someone doing 5k wouldn't have that many followers and would want the kit or whatever, and it would be someone like when I opened your Instagram account, I was like, oh my god, because Kingsley explained about your channel, and I was like, why is this girl not taken off? Like, where is everyone? Like, this is amazing. So I think it is exactly like you say, there's so many people that are almost in these like questionable positions of these influence, but what are they actually influencing? Because I don't see cool habits or accomplishments, and I love that we're both wearing Nike, because I think Nike are actually one of the worst brands for it. Like, they put people in to be their ambassadors that aren't actually accomplished athletes anymore. Gymshark is another. I know you should not name drop like this, and Kings will probably have to like beep
I'm leaving it in.
But Gymshark are the worst for it. Like, I probably don't buy their stuff at all anymore. I'm more Honor Active. That's it, because the woman empowerment side of Honor Active is mega.
It's like hard for brands because they don't know us. So I feel like if if I reach out to Coros and they send me a watch, I could quite easily put out a really kind of bad and negative review on my channel. And I think they trust the social media influencers, if you want to call it that, because they've already worked with thousands of different brands. But I understand the frustration where I look at someone and they've got like, I've got a new pair of shoes today. It's like their 50th pair of shoes that week, and it's like a roller coaster because they're getting more shoes, they put out more content, more brands contact them, and then the same as you, after like my 56th email of like just rejection and just trying to get anything I can get my hands on to support like what I'm doing. It's a tough one.
Yeah, and I was getting frustrated, but again, I was having to like make an objective of like, they're not actually rejecting me as a sports individual, they're rejecting me as a influencer or a content creator. But there's now not that kind of the same market for sports people. The same, I don't feel. So
And Holly Archer, she's on the London Marathon lineup. So she qualified for London for the elite start that lineup off the back of her half marathon times, because that's what she's known for. But she put up a thing where a bloke had declined GB based on, again, like what they were paying versus
morning, I think.
Yeah. I can't remember the story either, but it's along those same lines of like, hang on, there's people out there, and she was basically saying like, good for you, because it was exactly the same. It was someone where where the sportsmanship and what goes into it and the devotion, like your time to go and do what you're going to do and stuff, like where is that continuity and sort of support for the cause? Like, why do these guys get the kit that could be the difference between you finishing the race or not with a bit more comfort for them to run 5k around the block at home? I know what would inspire me to be like, but then I also think these brands, like, to get people to relate to the people, you probably feel a million miles away from Tom, Dick and Harry on the street because you're like, it's quite heroic what you're doing.
It's like, no, I'm just like out on my own run, the same, like I run around this golf course and this other woman runs around it every day as well, and we just say hello to each other, and I'm literally just the same person, and that's what I like about running. Like, nobody knows what I'm training for when I'm out. Like, I'm literally just doing my 5k when I'm, you know what I mean? I could just be, and that's what I really like about running though, because you never know what somebody's like backstory is when they're out there. You have no idea whether they could be an Olympian or they could be doing their very first run, you know, and you don't know that. And I think that's really awesome. Like, I always try and smile and nod at people when I'm out running, because again, I never know like why are they running? You know?
Yeah, who are you waving at, their reason and everything else. Do you prefer running in company or on your own? Like, do you have training partners, or is everyone like, oh my god, I can't run with you, you're going way too far, I'll never be able to keep up?
I ran with one of my friends, but I actually don't mind running with her. She's I think I ran with her twice, one of my uni friends, and then my dad on his bike yesterday for the first time. But I don't, apart from that, I haven't ran with anyone in years. I don't run with people.
It's your space to kind of do your
just get a process, I think. Yeah,
and like, do you find that like with the ADHD and the autism and everything else, it's like, is it like therapy? Is like running your therapy, I guess? Is that what
I would say it's definitely helps, because I think for me, like, I do find social things really tough and exhausting. So if that then comes in, like, even yesterday, bless, my dad was just cycling behind me, like, but I knew there was a presence there. I was like, almost like my social battery was going down without even being social, just because there was somebody there. Yeah, it's not my therapy. Because my postgrads in counselling, I was like, nothing as a replacement for actual therapy. Go and talk about your feelings. But it's definitely a format for me. Yeah, but I am also like, no, you have to go to therapy, everyone.
Yeah, no, definitely, like, it's important to talk. But I think the chemical release of exercise as a whole, like, you can cure so much with movement, because I teach yoga. We definitely always text each other, and whatever we've done in a session, it's like, oh, you've got big demons, because he goes out in the middle of the night and like does laps of a field, or
what are you running away from?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, come and talk about your feelings, Kingsley. So yeah, I definitely think we've had conversations about like the reasons why, and even like our homes or like social situations or whatever, just that escapism and that feeling of space and stuff. Like, I love a run club, but I also absolutely love running on my own or with the dog.
It's the sweet spot for me. I like just a couple of people going out on an epic adventure. They're the ones for me. Not a massive group, and if I'm by myself, I'll probably absolutely crap myself.
Those run clubs give me anxiety. Again, like, not to name, Gymshark are gonna hate. We've got enemies before we've got viewers, but like
I'm still trying to get sponsorship, guys. Like,
we might have made matters worse today, but I think those ones where they like meet outside the store and it's like, come run with me, like run club, because you go and it's like, what outfit do I need to wear? Like, I need to have makeup on. Like, I went to that run club in Ipswich recently, and it was like, I need to have the bow that everyone else has got to fit in. And actually, I was running way quicker than everyone else, and I got back and Rob was like, you were like the fastest one there, so don't worry about it. But I was like, oh my god. And it's that same feeling of, I prefer like one or two people, like, wear what you want. It's all about like, actually, where am I going? The trail and the route matters the most to me, not the outfit.
Yeah, the outfit. Yeah, and it's funny when you start catching yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, is this outfit okay? And you're like, what? Like, no, like, get it. Like, you are fine. Yeah. You were like, I do the same stuff day in, day out. Like, I don't have I don't have all these amazing clothes and stuff. I'm like, I literally wear and it's also like, at least for that, it's like environmentally sustainable that I'm wearing the same kit every single day. I don't have but then when I post it on Instagram, I'm like, oh my god, people are gonna be like, she's wearing that jumper again.
But it's comfortable. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I do wonder if of your kit, a midgie net, is that something you go out with? Because it's the reason I haven't been to the North 500 yet, is because of the midgies. Like, genuinely, I've heard horror stories.
Yeah, midgies.
Is it bad? Race. Is it as bad as they say?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, I think it's. I'm hoping I'll be moving fast enough that the midgies, I won't need a net. But I will be using like the smidge spray and stuff, and I'll definitely have that for my crew. And we will have like emergency midge nets if we need them. But
and what's the like anticipated weather, climate? Like obviously the Scottish weather is very different.
No idea. We will just have to take what we get given. Like it could be torrential rain, it could be a storm, or it could be absolutely glorious. Like it could be really windy. There will be a headwind somewhere. There will be wind. Like I have no doubt about that.
And how did you land on the 4th of June? Like
how did I land on the 4th of June? I finish so I have to be. So basically I wanted to do it as close to like spring as I could, because obviously the further it gets into June, July, etc., one, it could get hotter, but also the fact that the route itself will get busier with tourists. So I had hoped to do it. I mean, ideally I'd be doing this in the start of May or the end of April, to be honest. But I have mandatory days at uni that I have to attend, and the last day I have to be there is, I think, the 29th. It's a Thursday before. Mm-hmm. So I thought, right, I'll do the Thursday, and then I can do Friday, Saturday on my placement for my placement hours. And then I thought, okay, well, we can just build up, and then the Wednesday sounds good. But it's also my mum and dad's anniversary, so that's quite cute.
Oh, lovely. How long have they been together?
42 years this year. I know.
And does mum cycle too? Because I know we've heard a lot about dad and taking the van and the cycling.
No, mum is going to be staying at home, I think. Well, she might come up for the start and the finish, but mum, they do guide dog. They have a guide dog that they train. Oh. So mum is going to, I think, go home and be with the guide dog and then come back up maybe for the finish.
I really want to do that. I've been looking at, I'm telling you, I've been looking into it recently because I would love to do that. And it goes back to that sponsorship thing, because I was at the running show and the guide dogs were there, and I went to go and speak to the man about it, and he's like, oh, well, you know, there's a lot of hoops to jump through, like you can't do that, you can't do that. He's like, but you can sponsor a dog today. And I'm like, you want £2 off me, you want £24 a year, but you don't want me to have one of these dogs in my home for a year. Surely that is a far more financial. It goes back to the sponsorship thing, like £24 versus a literal whole puppy.
It's hard work. It's hard work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. And I think our dog needs to be older so that you have that time to like be able to. I think it was one of those pipeline dreams, the ADHD. I want a puppy.
Puppy. Yeah, no. So yeah, my mum's active, but she's not. She's.
That was unbelievable though. Guide dog training. Oh, we watched a documentary on it, and I was just made up. I thought, what a cool thing to do.
It's pretty smart. Yeah, it's pretty nice. They're on their second one so far, so yeah.
I feel like I've met my spirit. Yeah, soulmate.
Sorry, Kingsley. Bye-bye.
I'm
New podcast host.
Because we saw you've got a podcast of your own as well that you started. Just remind us of the name.
Yeah, it's called The Unfiltered Mind. It has kind of taken a bit of a back burner. That I think because training has been a lot, and uni's been a lot. I've had a lot of assignments on at uni. Everything's kind of not been quite as, like, I've got so many ideas, because I also find this in so many interviews and things, like, well, I've done a lot of interviews, but when I do an interview, it's never like, you can never explore the topics that you want to explore enough. So yeah, that is kind of why I've started this podcast, and I will be doing more of that soon. Probably after the North Coast 500, really focused on the podcast and trying to get into YouTube as well. It's just, the content is hard.
This leads me, because I had a question for you, then I forgot it, and I've spent the last 10 minutes being like, what was that question? The North Coast 500, how are you going to get some social media content that maybe might kind of intrigue brands to get involved? What's the plan with, is it dad just following you with the GoPro, or are you going to try your best to get content out?
Me and my fifth day holding my phone again, being like, "Hi guys." My dad actually had his GoPro on the bike for the first time yesterday, so we actually have some footage that's not just me holding the camera, which is cool.
Training him up.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." There's a company in Edinburgh called the Lane Agency, who are like a media company, and I am they do sporting sheroes, like she heroes type thing for young females. I like that they still called me young. I was like. Although the ones are like 19, I think, 19, like 18, 19, 20, and I'm like, well, I'm 30 this year, but I'm still young. I'm still youthful. It's fine.
In your prime.
In your prime of life.
Is what you are. Yeah.
So they actually, I think their plan is to come and cover a lot of the race, the project, which will be amazing, because whilst it's not exactly all financial sponsorship, that is stuff that I could never afford to do. So hopefully they're going to come and cover the content, and then my nutritionist says she can be on like social media updates and stuff. So we're also going to have a tracker. So I've made a website, which I'm quite proud of.
Yes.
She can't hack YouTube, but she's made a website.
You've got a tracking website.
So I'm struggling with YouTube, but I made a website.
No, YouTube's fine. It's just forget to film for YouTube as well. That's my main thing with YouTube is I forget. Yesterday I was like, the day in the life when I'm doing my long run, and then I just forgot to keep filming. But yeah, so that's going to be hopefully all on the website that I can just kind of have people tracking and hopefully posting updates there and stuff. So yeah.
No,
It's going to make loads of
it's wicked. But when you do it and obviously have all this content, sorry, Abby's dropped their mic. I'll do my best from Active Ideas part to share your reels and stuff and get people involved. And
Thank you.
yeah, I saw that, was it Trail Skins, the anti-chafe brand? He's a cool dude. He seems to be in contact with you as well. So yeah, and you've got this company filming you, and you should try out I was being tested out in the mountains, the DJI Neo drone. So I don't know if you can, I don't know, maybe get one off eBay and then just have it for the run and sell it after. But it has a follow me feature, so you can just literally press a button, it'll fly off from your palm and it'll record you as you run. So it might be a way for you to get some extra cool footage without, putting too much pressure on dad or a nutritionist or yourself to get that content. And then you just put your hand back out and it's really scary. It flies over your hand and lands. So that's it. Yeah. DJI Neo, and you can get it for about £160. Chuck it in the camper and then someone can charge it up for you.
I'll definitely check that out actually. That's quite that's good. Sorry. Cat's reappeared. Yeah, it's all exciting, but I'm not a natural content person, so it's all a bit hard.
I was saying to King, so I liked your content. I like that it's real. I like that it's you're flat and you're, with your animals and you haven't made an effort to make everything match. Or if you saw the room we are in right now, if you saw only you can see.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that.
And my house at home as well with my other half, we always say it's lived in. And I think too much content creates that. I remember you saying, I think it was online, one of your videos where you were saying on your rest day, you get into this really toxic habit of looking online. And I think we hold ourselves to these standards that are white marble floors, matching bed sheets. We have this skin routine in the morning and everything's laid out. And it's it's not the reality. It's grab half a sandwich that you didn't eat earlier and off you go and your clothes don't match, and it's real. And I think that's what makes you so realistic. You've got a job, you're studying, you're doing this challenge, your living situation is very real, very normal. And for me, I'm well, if she can do it, I can do it. It looks so, you bridge that gap between people and the likes of the more extreme professionals because they're so far from reality. They have so much done for them that it's well, you can put that excuse, well, they have this, they have that, and you're just a girl doing your best. And I love that. I think it's so inspiring, and I cannot wait for you to blow up and me to be I got the pleasure of speaking to her before she got too famous to have time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because it is hard sometimes when I'm trying to film content and I'm my God, my room isn't even big. My kitchen's not big enough to film anything in because I live in a one bed flat in Edinburgh. It's nothing in London, but you still live in a box.
Yeah,
it's all these things, and you're just oh my God, my washing's up, and then it's no, I'm just gonna be real because
it's real.
I don't have energy.
It's better. Yeah. Real is so much better, and we need more people to film real content because it makes it feel. You shut down that excuse gate that everyone has. I can't do that because I have this. Well, our dear friend Sarah has washing to do too. Look, it's hanging in the background of her video, but she still ran 70 kilometres on a Monday.
I came home from 70k yesterday. I went, first of all, I then had to drive back for my folks and I visited my auntie because I hadn't seen her, and then I got in and I put laundry on, and then I hung up my laundry, and when I was noticed I'd sunburn, and I was I'll put this on Insta.
I saw that.
And then I was having to I was I better cover up my knickers that are on the radiator drying from laundry.
That's why you're not getting these views, Sarah. It's because you're covering up the good stuff. What's going on? It's so ridiculous, honestly. Oh, bless you. But I think you've nailed that brief, that girl next door kind of vibe. Your dad is your support crew. Your friend from uni with a camper. It is so unbelievably organic, and I think that's what people are really going to buy into. It's definitely why we wanted to speak to you. Kings has been so excited about this. When I saw the content, I was that is a girl after my own heart. So I think that's the magic in it, really.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I still think for our thumbnail for the video could be a selfie with the guest. Should we all do a smile now? So this is our freeze frame.
If my stress thing starts popping up.
Yeah.
You've got a big race ahead, honey. You're allowed to be stressed, but don't be. Genuinely, look at your content. I think you're gonna nail it, and I love that you're going out for organic reasons. You've taken all the pressure off of financial sponsorship. I think you've got an amazing amazing concept. How did you find out that you were the first female to attempt?
Well, I just like was looking for on like the fast like FKT. Like I'm still waiting for a female to come and be like, I've done this, and I'll just be like, okay, well, I'll just try and do it faster. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I was looking on FKT and stuff. There was one female that had attempted it, but I couldn't find a record of her like completion. And yeah, there's just I can't find a record of a female doing it. So I've just kind of assumed that I'm the first one. And I'm trying to make it a world record, but trying to get in touch with Guinness World Records is. I applied in September, and I still haven't heard back from them. So
see, but that's what I mean. Like these should be the moments that are celebrated. It shouldn't be such a hard thing to get support. So one of our segments, we touched on it earlier when we were messing around about kilts, but smash or pass.
Mm-hmm.
So like, would you or wouldn't you? We went to the Salomon store opening in London and played it with all the shoes, and we had so much fun. Mm-hmm. But our smash or pass question to you, Sarah, is treadmill running.
Smash.
So I said to Kings I thought that would be the case because I'm guessing the weather being unpredictable and the hills is what drives your treadmill behaviours.
Yeah, I don't actually use the treadmill a lot at the moment, but there's been times where I've only ran. I used to get like fear of running outside, so I'd only run the treadmill, and then like the other week I was like suddenly like, oh my god, I can't run on a treadmill anymore. Like I had the fear of going on a treadmill, which literally came in like the other week, and I was like, oh my goodness. So then I was like, I done 3 runs back to back on the treadmill, and I was like, okay, you're fine. But also just like the treadmill is such a tool, I think. Although I do always say like it is not the same as running outside. Like you have to, if you're trying to do like something that's timed, you have to do it outside to practice. But I think like one with the weather, I try and go out in most of the weathers.
Yeah, of course.
But for me, it's like trying to work on inclines. Sometimes I can't always get to the hills, or they're not always accessible. So it's really good if I'm doing like, okay, you've got a 20-minute hill rep to do, and then like 10 minutes on the flat. Well, if I go on, like, it's quite hard to find a hill that's 20 minutes long. You know what I mean?
Do you live near Arthur's Seat? Is that not? Surely that's got to be like back garden hill reps for a.
Yeah, well, I actually live. I'm probably about the same from Arthur's Seat to the Pentlands.
Okay.
So I can run to the Pentlands in 5k as well. So I'm like Edinburgh is great for hill training, but yeah,
you quite like
the treadmill's so versatile sometimes on what you can do on it. So I do.
No, I love it.
I never knock the treadmill.
Oh yay, we've got another one. Which one's this?
This one is Storm.
Oh, gorgeous little kitty.
Stormy.
I love
Stormy.
that.
That's what I call it. Stormy. Yeah.
Little Stormy.
Stormy Storm. That's what she gets called. Stormy Storm.
Well, we've got some mega takeaways from this. The fact that
definitely.
heart rate monitors don't work on tattoos.
Yeah, and I actually have a gap.
Everybody's
I've got a gap on my upper arm that I was going to fill in, and then I saw the arm straps from Koros, and I was like, oh, I won't. I'll see if that works, because I used to always wear a chest strap, but when I had them on for so long, they would give me such bad like blisters. I can't get this bit of my tattoo filled up. I had to cancel that tattoo once I got it. I was like, oh, I can't fill this up now because this works.
Imagine being so committed to your running that you literally leave a space in your tattoos, your permanence, ink and art. You leave a gap, a Koros shaped heart rate monitor gap.
You should get a tattoo that says like place the heart rate strap here.
If Koros won't sponsor you based on that,
I know.
Literally, you have left a physical gap on your body. Isn't it when people like want their other half's names like tattooed on them? You've basically done that. You've left a heart rate monitor space for them.
And I even have a heart rate monitor space of sunburn at the moment because I got so
I'm emailing them. I mean, but you do know there is a woman that uses your product so frequently. She's had to leave a gap in her tattoos.
Honestly, thank you for coming and chatting to us. And I've been like stress heading, just checking that everything's working. My battery is about to die, but yeah, like I really appreciate your time and wishing you the most best luck for this challenge. And yeah, you just can absolutely crush it. And I hope you do like manage to achieve that goal of inspiring, neurodivergent females to maybe kind of lean into a sport like running to. Find whatever they can out of it. Yeah,
totally amazing. It'd be great to come back on the pod once I've done the challenge.
That's what we like to hear. And are you on Strava? Because if it's not on Strava, it didn't.
I will Strava this. I very occasionally put stuff on Strava, but I will Strava this challenge.
It's got to be Strava, otherwise it does not count.
It will be on Strava.
It can't. It doesn't.
But generally, I don't use Strava. But yeah, this one will be on Strava, 100%.
Strava smash or pass. It's a pass.
It's a pass.
Strava's like my identity. What?
That's why I don't use it, because I would become obsessed.
Yeah, no, that's really so valid.
And I did use it for all my Glasgow to Edinburgh training, but then I thought it's not really helpful for people watching me train for 500 miles, where people would maybe be comparing it the same way as I compare myself to things. So I was like, actually, this is not helpful for anyone.
So good. I think you're great.
Guys.
We'll literally be like little cheerleaders. When is it 4th of June? I'm going to set a calendar reminder.
Yeah.
For like Sarah's big day.
Running through the night as well. You're just going to be running through the night and everything.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, just have a little
I'm
tracker
terrific.
that you can just watch a little dot move. Hopefully, I'll keep moving.
Oh, we'll be watching.
You can dot-
we
you
will.
can
We'll
dot
have a
watch.
movie night. It'll just be the tracker.
Yeah.
Lots of
Nice
background
sorted.
music. No, I'm so excited for you, love. Honestly,
Thank you
best
so
of luck.
much.
And
Thank
thanks
you
so
for
much for
guys.
the time. Yeah, no, it's been amazing.
Thank you so much. Right, we're going to leave you to it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Best of luck. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
What a woman.
What a woman.
I feel inspired.
Genuinely, I feel very inspired as well. I would love to do something like that one day.
Yeah, I want to go for a run with her, although she doesn't really like running with people. But I'm like, let's go to Scotland, let's go now.
I don't like midgies. She doesn't like people, but let's do it.
we'll find a way to meet in the middle.
Yeah, no, she was, honestly, what a woman. And I woke up this morning and I was like, well, last night I said I'm going to go for a run. And I woke up this morning and I just did not want to go for a run. And I laid there and I did that thing where you're like,
I was planning 10k, I should really try 5k. And then 5k turned into Zwift. I got on the bike. I hated every minute of that too, but I got it done.
It looked really sweaty.
I was
It
like,
looked like
I'm
there's
just
sweat everywhere.
I'm gonna do zone 2. I'm just gonna chill. I had like a long sleeve top on, my water bottle. I still had my hair like bouncy blow dry fringe. Next thing you know, it is stuck to me. I was windswept without wind. It was on my nose, and the calibration on the bike. If anyone knows anything about how to calibrate a Zwift bike, please send an engineer to me. I will pay good money.
Speaking of all things sweaty, we've got something really saucy to share with you guys. So me and Abby are absolutely mental and have decided to do a pretty crazy challenge.
Oh yeah, we've got a challenge of our own.
We're doing a challenge of our own, which we didn't even mention
Why
in the
didn't we
podcast
mention our challenge?
or in the intro.
It
but
felt so inadequate compared to what she was doing.
So
I was like, oh.
we're not doing anything as special as 516 miles in Scotland.
Wait,
but
let's see if they can guess. Hold on. Who's gonna carry the boat?
who's going to carry the logs? Stay hard.
If you're, what is it? If you think you've given it all, you haven't.
You're only 40% in.
Yeah. I lay
Go
on the
all
floor.
in.
What is it where it's like, I sleep on the floor. I've got a bed, but I sleep on the floor.
So, if you haven't guessed it already, so we're talking about David Goggins. He's got the David Goggins Challenge, which is doing 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And Abby's already done this. I've never done
Twice.
it. I always think that she's amazing. I'm usually broken when she does this, but we've found a moment in time that we can get together and do this challenge. But Abby, where are we doing it?
Penny fan.
So
Oh gosh.
we're going to run up and down the mountain of Penny Fan. So if you want to support us in any way that you can, we talked a lot about sponsors and brands. Feel free to get involved on that side. If you're just like looking to have your more excitable weekend and dot watch, you can track us doing this kind of event.
Yeah, it'll be all over my Instagram because I love an Instagram update. If you like dogs, we're going to have Freddie the dog with us. So it's just good vibes, really.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
If
that'll
you're
be the
local.
plan. Yeah, local or not.
Come on down.
It's bank holiday weekend as well. It's that the Easter bank holidays. And any support, just throw ginger at my head, probably. Like, it's gonna be something. I've had one successful Goggins challenge and one fail.
I'm excited, but I'm also scared. 12 times we're gonna have to get out of the comfort of your van or my car, wherever we are, tent box.
Go up and down.
The weather could be really horrific. I mean, I was up on the weekend, like 70 plus miles per hour wind, and we got to, you know, when you get to the summit and there's like those rock circles that you can sit in and you shiver to death. Like,
I am begging that is not what happened.
there was ice, honestly. I got changed. I stripped down to my boxes in front of Dawn and Adam. I was like, sorry guys, I've got to put on an extra layer. And got my thermals out, my emergency thermal kit. And as I'm doing this, ice is being blasted across our heads.
Hang on.
It was honestly mental.
What person brings thermals that they have to strip to apply the base layer? Surely you just bring an extra outer layer.
Nah, because they're like tights. So if I put them on top of my shorts, I
tights.
was already dealing with chafe. And,
sick.
you know, men out there, we've had a lot of female chat today, but men out there, you know what, when chafing gets bad, you can't take risks. And I wasn't willing to take a risk that day.
There's only so many layers of balls are like onions. There's only so many layers. And it sounds like yours were crying.
They were crying.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. We're going to have chafing balls. We're going to have ginger thrown at heads. We're going to have a real adventure. I am looking forward to it. What's your expectation?
My expectation is we'll at least do 24 hours.
Yeah, 6
I'm
times.
not sure about the 48.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not there to cripple myself. I've got other races lined up this year.
Yeah.
Maverick, I've become a massive massive fan of their races. So we've got a couple, and then it was triathlon season, and that's kind of my direction now. So I don't want to ruin the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And I haven't trained for this adequately, but I do want to give it my all. I just, sleep deprivation is, it's not my bag, but we'll see.
I'll do my best.
We've never done anything like this together, so
No.
I think that'll be, well, we've never done this side of the table together.
It's,
We've never done the podcast. It's new mood, new vibes, new energy. We're building with the times.
But yeah,
Manifestation. Here we go.
I hope you've enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah, I hope so too. I've enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's actually the bottom line. Like, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, generally I enjoyed it, and it's made me excited to like interview other guests and see, you know, like what people are out there that haven't had the opportunity to share their voice as much as they like to.
Yeah, my menopausal mum is desperate to be on the podcast and
Such as
spread
your
her
menopausal
her
mum.
knowledge.
Who's already been on Active Ideas YouTube channel, so if you want to show support, check
Yeah.
out her shoe reviews.
And she's not just a menopausal mum, like she's genuinely balloting for London Marathon after running her first 5k at age 50. And very much, in my mind, an up and coming athlete. So she might be next, who knows?
And last of all, before you go, leave a positive like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much, and peace out.
Ciao.
Ciao.